I think it's really powerful for people to understand that the buy term and invest the rest is not worth it. All right, what I'm going to do here, going into tools, I'm looking at market history. See there, I got the Dow Jones, I've got the S&P, I've got bonds. I can test this against anything. Here's what I've done. I'm going to put this in for 20 years. Notice that I've got the S&P 500 there. So, okay. So over 20 years, the S&P has been at 6.92. And here's why I want to use this. I don't think most people stay in the market for more than 20 years. You know, they make a change at some point. But we're going to use 20 years of the S&P. And I'm going to paste the values in for 20 years. So let me summarize this. I'm going to back all this out. 20 years, S&P 500. And by the way, the S&P 500, this is the best of the best index out there. If a company does not meet the S&P 500 criteria, they throw it out. The S&P 500 companies today, they're not all the same companies that were there 30, 40 years ago, right? It's only the best of the best. So even the S&P 500, this isn't an accurate portrayal of what the market's doing because these are better companies. Most people with their 401ks, they're not investing in an S&P 500 index. Go look at what Dalbert has said, or 60 Minutes has said, or Frontline has said. Go watch what these investment companies, Bloomberg, listen to what they're telling us. And they're saying that most of the 401k options out there with mutual funds are dogs. And that's a quote. That is a quote. They are dogs. So this still isn't an accurate portrayal, but I'm going to use the S&P 500. Average rate of return, 6.92%. But when you put money into the math, the actual return is 5.37. Now you put in fees, and let's put in 1.5%. Now it drops to 3.79. And you put in a tax bracket of 20%, you're now at 3.3%. So a policy is going to destroy this all day long. I just did one for somebody at 5.2. If you are earning 5% tax-free in a policy, it's amazing. And you have a permanent death benefit. Your term insurance goes away, whole life does not. So this buy term and invest the difference doesn't work. Also, all this money is liquid. You have access to it. If this money's in a 401k, it's tied up until you're 59 and a half. You put it in a 401k. Oh, by the way, a 401k looks a lot worse than this. It's hard to model it with this calculator because it's taking taxes out every year. But, well, let me try it. I'm going to try something. I'll back that out. In a 401k, 4.18, let's see what that does. Yep. That works. 136. So here's the point. This is crazy. If you had a 401k and they were charging you fees of 2.5%, which is low, your actual return is 1.58. It's like, oh, wow, that's crazy. And this has been validated, folks. All the companies and groups that I just mentioned, they validated this. John Bogle, the founder of Vanguard, an owner. If you're going to buy index funds, Vanguard's probably one of the best places to do it. But even John Bogle says that a 1% fee or a 1.5% fee can erode 60% of your portfolio. And you think, how can a 1% fee erode 50 or 60% of somebody's portfolio? It can. And it's crazy. So what's 2.5 fee going to do? It's eroding your portfolio. When somebody has whole life insurance, they have the ability to spend and enjoy all the money they've made, because when that $1 million term insurance policy goes away and they have pressure on the assets, think of the reverse. What if they had a $1 million whole life death benefit that's going to pay out at 65, 75, when they're 100, 105? It doesn't matter. That whole life death benefit is growing. So the longer they live, the bigger the death benefit is going to be in most cases. So the reverse of having a permanent whole life benefit, now they spend and enjoy, because that whole life benefit is like a permission slip that gives them the ability to have the peace of mind they need, the flexibility you need with your assets, so that you can spend and enjoy the money you've got in your retirement.